Hi everybody, it's your girl, Jeanette, Jenkins! And as promised, we are going to do a Facebook Live right now. And this Facebook Live is brought to you by my friends at Eggology. So, these are our liquid egg whites. Boom, boom, boom. We have organic and cage-free. These are amazing. They're my favorite egg whites because, again, they are organic and cage-free. They are the best source of protein with all your essential amino acids, cholesterol-free, fat-free, you got it. So, now, on to the Ab Blast Challenge. Today, I am going to give you guys 10 fat-burning tips, okay, to help you blast the belly fat. And I'm also going to answer some of your questions. So I'm here with you for 15 minutes, and then after we're done this, our next segment is gonna actually be an ab workout. So we're gonna hit the floor and do 15 minutes of ab exercises. But first, I just want you guys to say hi. I wanna read some of your comments, see where you're in, where are you logging in from. So let me know what city or what country you're from so I can say, hey, what's up? This is always so cool, I think, when we can connect with people from around the world. I love this aspect on Facebook and Facebook Live, that with just a touch of a button, and we can connect with so many different people from all around the world, which I absolutely love. So, Greensboro, North Carolina, I see you, Letitia. What's up, girl? Uh-oh, hey, Jen from Houston, H-Town in the house. Where else are we from? Ohio, Roland from Ohio, what's up? Renee from Cincinnati, all right, okay. I got someone from T-Dot. You know I grew up in Canada. Stephanie, what's up, Stephanie from T-Dot? I see you, girl. Michelle, I see you, Michelle from hot Atlanta, all the way down there in Atlanta, Georgia. Where else we got? Oh, you guys are having way too much fun with this, right? You love the shout outs. I see you from New York City, from Queens. Is it Diomedes? I'm sorry if I pronounced your name wrong, but I see you. Isaiah, what's up? Shreveport, Raleigh, New Orleans, Louisiana. Danita, Stacy, I see you, girl, from New Orleans also. Uh-oh, Brandon from Dallas, Texas. I love Dallas, one of my favorite cities. Akila from Kansas, Topeka, Kansas. That's right, girl. There's my assistant, Jessica. She's like, right now, I'm just kidding. That's terrible, right? Hi, from Ellie from Georgia. That's right. Okay, so you guys ready to get started? Detroit, what's up, Detroit? Kay from Detroit, I see you. Columbia, Tennessee, Rodney from Columbia, Tennessee. We got Paolo from Cali, and I'm gonna end with this one, Vivian from Miami. Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna start with 10 tips to help you burn the fat off your belly. Some of these might be repetition for some of you, but it's always a good reminder, all right? Now, before I even hit those 10, I do want to tell you why I always like doing Ab Blast challenges, because you see they come around, and the reason I love Ab Blast challenges is because, number one, the number one killer in America is heart disease. Yes, and you're at increased risk of heart disease if you carry excess fat around your belly. So as much as we love to have beautiful abs and a flat belly to flash around on the beach and to wear cute clothes, the most important reason I love doing ab challenges is because I want you to have a healthy waistline so that you're not carrying excess fat around your stomach, which puts you at increased risk of heart disease. So what is the exact size that your waistline should be? Does anybody know? What's a healthy waistline so that you're not at increased risk of heart disease? So I want you to grab that measuring tape, if you have one, at some point and measure your waistline right at your belly button, okay? And for a woman, you should be at 35 inches or less. So to make sure you're not at increased risk of heart disease, your waistline should be less than 35 inches, okay? So as soon as it gets above 35 inches, you're putting more stress on your heart by carrying that extra fat around your belly, and that extra fat is putting you at increased risk of heart disease. Now for a man, you get an extra 5 inches, so you can go up to 40 inches. So if you're a man and your waistline is above 40 inches, and that's measuring it right at your belly button, then you're at increased risk of heart disease, okay? So that's the #1 reason I love doing ab challenges. Not just because you can look cute. It's also because I want you to live a long life, okay? So if you're just tuning in, I partnered with my friends at Egology in order to do this awesome ab challenge that we're gonna be doing for it's a 10-day ab challenge. So the actual challenge starts on May 1st. So mark your calendar. And it's only 10 days. Everybody can do it. And I love Egology because they are an awesome protein source. They offer both cage-free and organic. It's just liquid egg whites, my friends. And it's cage-free and organic. And the other reason is because it's really easy to prepare recipes with them. So the other great thing that we're adding in this challenge is we're giving you a full meal calendar, okay? And in that meal calendar, I'm gonna add in some of my favorite Egology recipes, things like veggie egg white omelets, even an awesome breakfast quesadilla, an egg white breakfast quesadilla. We got egg white muffins that you can just pop on the go. They're under 100 calories a piece, high in protein. You can give them to the kids as snacks. You can put them in a sandwich. They're awesome. So don't worry, I'm giving you all that stuff. So here we go. Top 10 tips. You ready? #1, top 10 fat burning tips. #1, yes, you have to count calories. I know you don't want to count those calories, but you have to count calories. Why? Because at the end of every day, you need to have a calorie negative. There is absolutely no scientific possible way that you can burn fat and lose weight without having a calorie negative. So if you don't count those calories and you're just trying to guess how many calories you're eating each day, you're gonna lose, okay? So I want you to win at this game. And as soon as you get used to knowing how many calories are in your snacks and your meals, then what happens is you start knowing those things, just like the lyrics of your favorite song. Every time you go to eat an apple, you're like, this is 60 calories and 4 grams of fiber. So you get what I'm saying? You gotta learn the calories that are in your food. And you do that by there's so many calorie counting apps out there. So get yourself a calorie counting app, start counting those calories so you know what you're putting in your body. You need to know how many calories a day you should be eating. So how many calories a day should you be eating? You have to use a metabolic calculator. If you have access to get an actual metabolic test done, you can do that too, which is a little more scientific. You put this mask on, a lot of health gyms offer it, and you breathe into the mask, and it measures what's called your respiratory quotient, which is how much oxygen you inhale and how much carbon dioxide you exhale. And from that respiratory quotient, they can tell you exactly how many calories a day you burn, even right down to the minute, how many calories a minute you burn on average. So know that you're made of cells that are constantly, your cells, the amount of calories that you burn is consistently changing. So you're burning calories as you're sitting there on your phone and on your computer. You're burning calories as you're moving. Your body is a constant moving machine. So it's not a stagnant number. It's something that changes depending on the activity that you're doing, okay? But if you want to use what most of us use, which is just the standardized Harris Benedict formula, it's on my website. Just click over to my website, thehollywoodtrainer.com. Click on tools and tips, and you put in your age, you put in your height and your weight, and it's gonna give you your average, which is like a norm. This is the number of calories that you burn in a day. being sedentary. And so you take that number, say that number ends up to be 2,000, and then you subtract 500 calories. And that's how many calories a day that you should be eating in order to lose weight. So that would give you a $500, not $500, it doesn't give you that. It gives you a 500 calorie negative. And if you keep a 500 calorie negative for 7 days, how many calories do you got? 500 times 7, 3,500 calories. And that, my friend, is how many calories that are in 1 pound of fat. Yeah, the big eyeballs. Give me the big eyeball happy face. 3,500 calories. So if you didn't know that, today you were told, when you get on the treadmill and you see that you burnt 300 calories, honey, that is nothing. It takes 3,500 calories to burn 1 pound of fat, all right? So you have to burn it collectively. So a healthy amount of weight to lose is 1 to 1.5 pounds a week. All right. So the most I ever want you doing is a calorie negative of 1,000 a day, but it's a combination of sticking to a healthy meal plan and getting a workout. So if you did a 500 calorie negative in your meal plan, so you're eating 1,500 calories a day and doing a 500 calorie workout, then you got 1,000 calorie negative, right? Winning. Okay, so moving on. That was number 1. Number 2 is, everybody asks me, what is the best thing to do to burn your fat on your stomach? Do I do weight training? Do I do yoga? Do I do cardio? Do I starve myself? Do I eat only protein? No. So we're gonna focus on the exercise. The best way to burn fat is to do both cardio and strength training moves, okay? So you want both strength training and cardio. One is not better than the other. You don't do just cardio or just strength training, but from the research that has been published, doing both and having a program that combines both will bring you the best results, okay? But of course, you have to eat healthy as well. So you can be doing both, but then you're eating unhealthy food and then you don't burn anything. So it all has to be combined together. It's the synergy of all three: eating healthy, doing your cardio and your strength training, and focused ab work. So I'm all for focused core work because I personally believe that focused core work is like sports specific training, okay? So like, if you want to be an incredible sprinter, of course you have to strengthen your quads, your glutes, your core, all the muscles that are needed for your sport. Well, if you want to have a strong core, you got to train it, right? So yes, you use your core when you're doing total body movements and total body exercises, but it's important to know that that your core does these movements. It does lateral flexion from side to side. It does flexion this way, extension, and rotation. So by adding specific core work, like the core work that you do in Pilates, using the exercise ball, the medicine ball, you mix it up and you do different types of specific core work in addition to your total body strength training and your total body cardio exercises. You're winning all the way, honey. You're gonna get there, okay? And sticking to your healthy meal plan. So all three you need. You need specific core work, you need to do your cardio, and you need to do your strength training. And I'm gonna add one more, which is your flexibility work, okay? So flexibility work from yoga and Pilates, not only can it recruit your core muscles, but you're also going to be improving the flexibility of your spine, okay? And the flexibility of your spine is so important to the longevity of your life, okay? In your ability to be able to move around and be mobile, all right? So moving on, number 3, should we stop for a question? What about arms like yours? You're going to do them push-ups and pull-ups, people, if you want them arms. Push-ups and pull-ups. Okay, number 3 for fat burning tips is water. Water, yes. A lot of people don't realize that you need water at the site of the muscle cell. It's actually part of the scientific equation to break down your fat and turn it into fuel. When you're running around and you're moving, your body is using usable fuel. It's called ATP, adenine triphosphate. And your cells make ATP, and they make it from the food that you eat. But you need water it's like if you're cooking a recipe and you don't have the water. Like, your body needs the water in order to create the ATP to use. So how much water? Half your body weight in ounces of water. So me, someone who's like 140 pounds, 5'5", I'm gonna need to drink a different amount of water than a man who's 250 pounds and 6'5", right? So the amount of water you need is based on your size. The bigger the human, the more cells they have, the more water they need. It's really logical. So it's not just, everybody shouldn't just drink the same amount of water. It really is based on your size, okay? So you take your size, I'm 140 pounds, you half that into ounces. So 70 and turn it into ounces, 70 ounces. And 70 ounces, it ends up to be about 5 or 6. You know those little water bottles? They're about 16 ounces is a small water bottle. So about 5 or 6 of those, 4 or 5 of those small water bottles, okay? Moving on to number 4. Now, this one is always a debate, but this is how I'm going to explain it. So number 4 is to stop eating 2 hours before you go to bed. So some people will say, oh, but you know, as long as you're sticking within your calories, it really doesn't matter what time you eat, which there is some truth to that, but you really want to have your digestion be done before you lay down to go to sleep. So my recommendation is the 2 hours, and it also gives a time where your body gets to fast. When you wake up and eat in the morning, it's called breakfast. You're breaking the fast that you had through the night, okay? So give yourself a time where you're like, okay, I'm not gonna be eating anymore past 8 o'clock. I'm gonna get my dinner in by 7, you know, and I'll just have fluids, water, tea, and what it will do is it will help you cap off the amount of calories that you are eating in a day. So it'll challenge you so that you eat your meals throughout the day instead of starving all day and ravishing at 10 o'clock at night, okay? So one of the reasons why I like this rule is so that you eat healthy throughout the day and you have a cutoff time. It's like get all your healthy meals in and your dinner done by 7 o'clock, so you're finished eating by 8, and if you go to bed by 10, you're fasting through the night, and throughout the night, you've had lots of water, and your body has an opportunity to burn fat through the night while you're sleeping, okay? So the next is, so that was number 4. Number 5, it goes with that. I like to recommend for people to walk after their dinner meal. This helps you with digestion so that you're not going to bed with food on your belly. So after you eat, just go for a 5-10 minute walk. It just helps circulate the blood, helps you with some digestion. Doesn't have to be a workout, just a 5-10 minute leisurely walk to help your body digest food so that you're not just eating and sitting there with the food on your gut. It just helps with the digestion process, okay? And then number 6, we're getting through our top 10. We're almost there. Number 6 is to decrease your sugar intake. So all you people out there with a sugar drawer, I know you because I used to have a sugar drawer. I got that from my mama. So you need to get rid of that damn sugar drawer. No gummies, no candies. You gotta decrease that. That's cheap food. It's only for the cheap days. So basically, how do we decrease the sugar? How much sugar? And why do we have to decrease the sugar? Because it's fat-free, right? No. the more sugar and processed food that you eat, your body recognizes processed flour, so like all of your crackers, cookies, white flour products, it recognizes it as sugar, meaning it spikes your insulin. So all of those sugar things are increasing your insulin. And when you increase your insulin, your body will not burn its own fat, okay? It's gonna burn the food that you eat. So the order that your body uses the macronutrients as fuel is sugar first, okay? Then after sugar which is your carbohydrate category, then your fat, and then your protein. So this is the scientific reasoning of why high protein diets help people with burning fat. You just have to be careful not to overdose it, because too much protein can also overwork the kidneys. But if you just think of this, every time you pop something that's high sugar in your mouth or drink a high sugar drink, have alcohol and liqueur and sugary foods, your body is burning that you just ate or drank, and it is not burning your body fat. It's decreasing. It's decreasing the amount of body fat that you're burning. So if you want to be in a state where you're constantly burning as much body fat as you can, then you have to keep your sugar down. And you also need to keep your sugar down to keep you at decreased risk of diabetes, okay? You don't want to be overworking your insulin, okay? That's not a good thing. You don't want to become insulin resistant. So how do you do that? How much? 15 grams. I recommend to my clients to keep it under 15 grams per serving. So every snack, every meal, keep the sugar, every drink, keep the sugar under 15 grams per serving. That's just an easy tool to help you out, under 15. So if you pick up an item and it says it's 30 grams of sugar, 50 grams of sugar, that's not the item for you, okay? So moving on, after decreasing sugar, that was number 6. Number 7, America's #1 problem. We have to decrease the portion sizes, okay? So this goes back to our calorie counting. Why are 60% of the American population overweight or obese? Because we eat too damn much. Our portion sizes are enormous, and nobody counts their calories and takes accountability for the food that they put in their mouth. So you have to decrease your portion sizes. It's better to eat 4, 5, 6 times throughout the day and keep the portion sizes smaller than to sit down and eat these enormous meals. So here again is some guidelines for portion sizes, and it's going to be different depending on your metabolic rate, but just an average from my years and years of experience of doing caloric work with clients is on average 300 to 500 calories for a meal. So that's breakfast, lunch, dinner, 300 to 500 calories. Once you start getting over 500 calories, if your goal is weight loss, I'm not talking about someone who's trying to gain weight because they want to put 10 pounds of muscle on and be the next, whatever they're trying to be. But I'm talking about for weight loss, okay? 300 to 500 calories for a meal and under 200 calories for a snack, okay? So like an apple is like 60 calories. That's why you see most of your healthy nut snack bars are usually 200 calories or under. That sticks in a healthy portion size for a snack, okay? So moving on. Number 8, fiber. Increase your fiber. You want to have at least 5 grams of fiber per serving of a meal or a snack. Why? Because fiber slows down the absorption of sugar. And sugar is going to stop you from burning fat. So this is why people always ask the question, well, if I have to stop eating sugar, do I have to stop eating fruit? No, because fruit has fiber, because fiber is natural. So you can have strawberries, oranges, apples, all these things are high in fiber. So when you eat them, you don't finish eating like a grapefruit or an apple and feel like you want to have 10 more apples, do you? No, you eat the one apple and you feel satisfied because that apple is filled with nutrients and fiber, and that fiber helps you feel satisfied. Now, when you're eating candy, you just keep eating it because there's nothing that makes you feel satisfied, and that sugar is spiking up your insulin, okay? So that's the explanation. Yes, eat your fruit. Eat the fruit that's high in fiber. A few things that are high in fiber: your green peas, black beans, strawberries, raspberries. There's so many. If you eat all your green vegetables, basically, if you stick with making sure you're getting fruits and vegetables in every meal, you're gonna get the amount of fiber that you need. But those black beans, definitely, you can sprinkle them on salads. They're the #1 source of fiber for the amount that's in per serving. All bran, you can sprinkle some bran on top of your salads and your yogurt. Okay, number 9, decrease stress, okay? So you gotta keep your stress levels down. Why? Because when you're stressed out, you go into what's called fight or flight mode. Yes, that fight or flight mode is a mode that when you go in it, you are distributing different hormones, and those hormones stop you from burning fat for many people, okay? I want you to know that you're all biogenetically unique, but for many people, when they are stressed out, their hormones change in distribution, and definitely for myself, when I am in the fight or flight mode, I have an increase of estrogen. And an increase of estrogen can do a lot of damage on a woman. It can increase their risk of getting fibroids, grow those tumors, grow fibroid tumors, inflammation. So decrease stress. Do what you have to do in your weekly schedule so that you can decrease the stress amounts. Don't wait until it's too late, okay? Because that stress compounded will just continue to cause more health issues. So for some people, that excess stress is helping you hold on to more weight. Well, it can get to other health issues. So take the time to sit back and to readjust your schedule so that you can decrease that stress, okay? And the last one, number 10, that you need in order to improve your fat burning is sleep. Yes, you need to rest. So you gotta get that 8 hours of sleep in, okay? So a couple of tips I can give you to help you with sleeping: no caffeine in the afternoon. If you're a coffee drinker, you can drink coffee in the morning, and that's it. Afternoon, if you need a boost of energy, go for a green juice. Go for a green tea. Even though green tea has caffeine, many don't have as much as coffee does. So, or do a chamomile tea or a more soothing tea. But definitely a green juice, a kombucha. A kombucha is a great drink that is from a root and it's fermented. So the fermentation makes it feel kind of like you're drinking, you know, something carbonated, and it gives you like a boost of energy, but it also is amazing for digestion, and definitely you'll get an increase in energy when you have a kombucha. So those are some other options instead of having an afternoon coffee. So sleep, 10, sleep. Now, I'm gonna answer like 5 questions. I'm like 28 minutes in. This was supposed to be 15 minutes. Okay. So, I'm looking for 5 questions I'm gonna answer. So give me your questions. Make sure it's related to this topic. We're doing 10 fat burning tips. It's an ab blast challenge. So anything that's related to this topic, I will answer. Damn, how do I feel about phentermine pills or diet pills? Period. I hate diet pills. I hate tummy teas. I don't like any of that stuff, okay? Why? Well, the diet pills is because most of those diet pills have high doses of caffeine in them, okay, which is a drug. And so the reason why they are working for you is because you're burning an enormous amount of calories, and your body's producing adrenaline, tons of adrenaline, but it's completely unnatural. So when you put it into your body's like flipping out. It's like, okay, you just put this drug in me and I need to get it out. So what happens is you're putting yourself on a fast track for what's called adrenal fatigue. And when you get adrenal fatigue, you're completely exhausted. So you know, after you have those diet pills and then you crash and you're like, oh my God, like I can barely get up tomorrow, okay? That is because your system was releasing so much adrenaline and now you're crashed out, okay? And your body has to try to find its way to pick itself back up. So every time you have one of those diet pills, you're up here. Diet pills or energy drinks, they're all the same. You're up here and then you fall way down here, okay? And then you have to work even harder to get yourself back to a place of what we call in the science world homeostasis, where it's just peaceful and calm. So the goal is to create your own adrenaline. You create your own adrenaline by being committed and consistent to regular training and to eating a healthy meal plan. And then what happens is your body will produce its own adrenaline when you need it. Yes, when you go to work out, the first 5 minutes is the hardest 5 minutes. But once your body gets going, you'll start creating your own adrenaline, okay? So no on the diet pills, no on the energy drinks. Here's one. What are the best exercises to eliminate fat around your midsection? Did you miss that section, girl? Amanda. Where you been, Amanda? What are the best exercises to eliminate fat around your midsection? What do you think of working out on an empty stomach to eliminate that midsection fat? Okay, so Amanda, I need you to watch this from the beginning. We did do some midsection stuff. What my answer to that was that in order to eliminate the fat, you need to do all of these things synergistically. 1, you need to follow a healthy meal plan, keeping the calories down. 2, you should be doing total body strength training, and that strength training can be in many forms. It could be with weights, it could be doing power yoga, it could be pushing and pulling your own body weight. So strength training comes in many forms, and cardio and specific core exercises. So there isn't a one exercise. It's doing everything that's going to give you the best results, okay? So not one thing, but you can do a little extra work on those targeted areas. So if you find that you're carrying a little extra weight in the pooch or the lower abdomen area, then definitely add into your program some additional exercises that recruit the transverse abdominis, those lower abdominal fibers. Things like leg lifts, alternating leg lifts, sprints, you know, things that use those planks and double leg holds and things that recruit those lower fibers, okay? So that's 2. Number 3, is green tea better than a can of Lipton green tea? All of your food and drinks, so green tea included, I recommend that you always go organic first, okay? So the number 1 option is an organic green tea. Why? Because an organic green tea doesn't have any chemicals in it, okay? It's the green tea leaves that have been grown in quality soil, and that soil doesn't have pesticides and herbicides on it or additional chemicals, and the seeds that make the green tea leaves, and this is for all food, those seeds are not genetically modified. So that's my recommendation, and that's across the board for all food and all drinks, okay? So that was 3 questions, so 2 more. How can you jumpstart your weight loss when you plateau? This is Renee. Hey Renee, how you doing, girl? So this is a good question. Jumpstart at weight loss when you plateau. So usually you plateau because you're doing the same thing all the time, okay? So a couple things you can do to break a plateau is just start mixing it up. Every time you start to learn a new workout, your body, you're recruiting more muscles. Your body's really smart and it learns how to start to be efficient at doing. So think like the first time you took a cycling class, you thought you were gonna die. Like, oh my God, I'm never gonna make it through. And then like you know, 7 months later or a year later, you're like, can we do a double? I want to do a triple. You know what I mean? So it's like your body becomes efficient and it won't burn as many calories, because the first time you do it, your muscles are trying to learn the movement and they're working so much harder. And the more you do the same exercise, they're like, I got this, I got this, I got this. I'm not gonna burn as many calories. You're gonna have to do something new because I got this, okay? Does that make sense? So mix it up and do different methods of training. So if you've never done yoga before, get your butt into a power yoga class. You have a huge learning curve. The bigger the learning curve, usually the more calories you're gonna burn, because your body's working harder to learn those new exercises and learn those new movements, okay? And then cardio, mix it up. If you've never done sprint intervals, get some sprints going. You know, if you've always done just long, slow distance training, you know, you get on the treadmill and you just run your 2 miles, like do 5 sprints. Do some things that are different to help you mix it up. So that's a great way. There's many other ways to break a plateau, but that's one, okay? And the last one, let's see. Oh, I like this one. Larry Love. What's your typical day of meals? What do you eat for breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks? Please, girl, what you eating? Okay, so I always share my meal plans. First of all, I built my club, the HollywoodTrainerClub.com, and I have put in there 150 healthy recipes. These are foods that I actually eat, okay? Every single meal that I put in there was a meal that was prepared by me, okay? So that's one resource that you can go to. Then on my blog, thehollywoodtrainer.com, which you don't have to pay for, you just go to my blog, and I have recipes that I post there all the time. And on my Instagram page, I always put some of my healthy meals. So here's a typical day, okay? Breakfast, yes, I love, my absolute favorite is a veggie egg white omelet. Yes, I use the organic Eggology, and I make a veggie egg white omelet. I like to start the day with having that protein and the vegetables, and every meal I have a serving of greens. So I do put a side salad with my breakfast. So veggie egg white omelet, and I'll put in there mushrooms, peppers, usually mushrooms and peppers and spinach, and sometimes some onion, and then on the side a side salad. Then after that, about 2 hours later, my first snack will usually be like an orange. I love oranges. I'm a citrus junkie. I love oranges. So I'll have an orange for lunch, for a snack. Then for lunch, I usually do a sandwich. I'm like an on-the-go girl, like most of you. So I'll make a sandwich. It could be a turkey sandwich, a tuna sandwich. And when I do sandwich meats, again, they are organic, cage-free, like I don't do any antibiotics, no hormones, okay? On whole wheat bread with lettuce, tomatoes, mustard, it's as basic as that. Or a tuna sandwich with tomatoes and mustard as well. That Dijon mustard. That's a typical lunch, okay? Sometimes I will do a grilled chicken with vegetables and a little bit of rice at lunch, okay? Then, my afternoon snacks, I'll usually do a fiber bar. One of my favorite bars is at Trader Joe's, and they're fiber bars. They're like 120 calories a piece, and they're good amount of fiber in them. So I'll have a fiber bar, or else I'll do a bar that's packed with nuts in it. So, you know, there's tons of nutrition bars that you can get that are just, I try to get the least amount of processed in the bars and filled with all natural. So they're always packed with nuts and honey and nuts and fig and things like that, okay? But I keep it at the 200 calorie mark, maybe 220. And then for the afternoon energy boost, I'll do either a green juice, like one of those apple, spinach, lemon, ginger type of juice, or I'll do a kombucha. I love the lemon ginger kombucha. That's like my afternoon treat to give me an energy boost, but it's amazing for digestion as well. And then dinner, which is my favorite meal of the day, I'll do things like salmon, which you just wrap up put it in the oven with some lemon pepper, some asparagus, and sweet potato. So another dinner I might have is grass-fed beef, a small piece of grass-fed beef with, again, the same, like I always do a green vegetable, broccoli, asparagus, and I'll usually do a starch that is packed in nutrients. So a starch like a sweet potato, a regular potato, a butternut squash, something from the yellow family, to get that additional vitamin A. But that's a typical day. And so if you go to my blog right now, thehollywoodtrainer.com, we have a full meal calendar for our 10-day ab blast. So remember, mark your calendars. We're starting this 10-day ab blast on May 1st. Everybody can do it. It's only 10 days. Your mama can do it. Your sister can do it. Your auntie can do it. Everyone can do it. 10 days of commitment. And it's here. I wanted to make my challenge smaller this time so that everybody could do it. You can get through 10 days. Who can't get through 10 days? 10 days of eating healthy and exercising, right? Okay, so we're gonna wrap this up. The 15 minutes turned into 40 minutes because I love y'all so much. And I'm gonna lay out the mat and I'm gonna come back and we're gonna do 15 minutes of ab work. Focused ab exercises, okay? So I'm tuning off, resetting the camera, and coming back. All right, guys, it's been amazing.